Good morning. All right, guys. Hope you're having a good day. It is another beautiful day. More clouds in the sky. If you remember yesterday, Candace said she was going to give $1 for every cloud. She'd go bankrupt at this point. But yesterday, she would have made some money if it was the opposite. So, welcome. Trooper Steve on patrol on a Tuesday, April 15th, 10:07 in the morning here in, am I still in Orange County? Let me see exactly where I'm at the moment, where I am parked. I'm going to pull up my GPS here. Yes, we are just south of the county line off of Edgewater Drive in Hilltop. And today we're talking about something that we preach a lot about, but I never have the time to really break it down for you. I always give you the first 2 or 3 real quick in the morning during like the 40 to 60 seconds that the producers give me, but outside of that, we never have a time to really go administratively what you should be doing after a crash occurs, whether it's a serious crash, a minor crash, whether law enforcement's getting involved or you're going to handle it privately. Just the basic 8 to 10 steps that you should be taking as a driver, a responsible driver, if that crash occurs. Remember, we call them crashes because that's what they are. An accident may have caused a crash, but when vehicles collide, that's a crash. An accident is when you stub your toe. All right. So I've ironically placed myself in a place to get a decent visual of a crash. That is a hop, skip, and a jump off to my left over here, and the trooper just arrived. And that's something also that you should really think about too, is you should really always drive safely, simply because the fact that here in the Central Florida area, it takes a long time for a trooper response. And I've sat out here for an hour before this stream started. This crash was there already, and the trooper just showed up. Arrival time not even marked on the CAD yet. CAD, Computer Assisted Dispatching. So we're here at Edgewater Drive and Hilltop Road up in the northern end of the county, unincorporated portions. And let's go through some steps. And that's exactly what we're just going to do. Like I said, super easy. Commit this stuff to memory. I'm going to add some graphics that I made for clickorlando.com on the web article, something you can save and then commit to memory a little bit. So first and foremost, crashes, they suck. Crashes are traumatic. They're stressful. They can irritate you. No one goes boom and gets excited about it. Nobody does, right? So let's be obvious. Stay calm. Stay put. All right? Never leave the scene of a crash ever. You're taking something civil, something that in the administrative law side of things, and making it instantly criminal, whether the crash was your fault or not, by leaving the scene of a crash. You are obligated by law to speak with the other party involved. You or exchange or go through some type of process to have your information exchanged, whether you're doing that personally with them or via a liaison with law enforcement. Okay? So stay calm, stay put. It's a really good way to put that. Number 2, are you okay? Like, instantly, that is the big thing. Even if you're hurt, number 1, still priority, stay calm. I know it's easy for me to say a lot of this stuff because my mind operates just really weird. A lot of law enforcement officers, we just think differently. But stay calm. Okay, am I hurt? Am I in some type of pain? Is anybody in my vehicle hurt? All right, that's who you're looking at. Yes, another party may be involved, but you're looking here first, okay? So, am I okay? Am I moving? What kind of pain? Is anybody in my vehicle hurt? All right? Then, that's when you start looking around your surroundings a little bit. Where are you? Are you still in the roadway? All right? Then you could see if you could open your door and then check for other injuries. But when you get out of the car, that's a whole nother ball game because you're looking for traffic. You might get involved in some type of secondary collision, so you got to check for that. Move to safety. So that is one of two things. You removing yourself from the vehicle, getting out of the car safely, making sure you're not in active traffic. So if your door can open, when you do that, check before you get out of the car. I've been sideswiped twice in my law enforcement career, and it's not fun. So check the surroundings. If possible, move the vehicles. Okay? In the state of Florida, I'm speaking here in the state of Florida, so our friends on YouTube, if you're out and about in another state, check with your local laws. But in the state of Florida, we have a clear roads policy, meaning if the vehicles are drivable and there's no major injuries, we're going to try to move those vehicles out of the roadway so we can get the roads back open, and so that flow of traffic continues so we don't have a secondary crash. Good one, right? Activate your lights, turn on your hazard lights so you're visible if you're in the roadway or even outside the roadway. And if you have not already, because maybe there were injuries, then you're deciding, what are we doing? Are we calling law enforcement at that point? I am not a traffic attorney. I am not an attorney. I have never gone to law school. I have never taken the bar exam. I have never represented anybody in a court of law. I need to put that disclaimer out there. All right. However, I was a Florida State Trooper for quite some time. I've investigated crashes from the operational and administrative kind of side. I've testified in court. If your vehicle, if you think or you question or you just don't know whether you want a actual police response, get a police response. Call your local authorities and report the crash so that you can get your crash report. It is the easiest and best way for you to make sure everything you're receiving is just 100% the way it's supposed to be done, so that your insurance company gets what it's supposed to have. Meaning, brings me on to number 6, exchange of information. All right? So you want to make sure that you're exchanging proper information and documenting that with a secondary means. In today's world, guys, I can't grab my other phone because one, I'm on it, and the other, I'm using the Pixel here. But yeah, cool. I'm going to write everything down. I'm going to take their driver's license. But we have cameras with us all the time now. Their driver's license, their insurance, their license plate, damage of your vehicle, where the cars are located, cross streets of street signs, weather conditions, roadway conditions, and then maybe a little 30-second video. That's on you, because I'm going to tell you a little secret that a lot of people think is required, but it's not. When law enforcement comes out to a crash, if it's what we call a long form or shorter, meaning like not a fatal investigation or criminal or anything like that, we're not taking photos of it on our own. We're going to document it. We're going to draw it out. We're going to put it on a diagram, and we're going to submit it. But we're not going to take photos and give those to your insurance company. That's on you. And I'm telling you, take photos, because that is, there's no argumenting any of that. What is going up on the end here? 7, obviously documenting everything. The damage, big thing on the damage, and of course making another thing. And then never admit, you don't have to, you should always explain your side to law enforcement and to your personal representative, but don't go out and just start saying, I'm sorry, or you did this, or being argumentative. Understand something happened, and safety and security of the location is priority. Fault or anger is not, it's not the time for it at a crash scene. And then wrapping this up, you want to get your crash report from that scene. You should never leave without a crash report number, at a minimum a number. Some agencies, what they'll do now, they will give you a business card with the crash report number on it. Some agencies will print out what we call a driver's exchange from their car and give you that. That is all you need to then the final step is notifying who? Your insurance company. So this is breaking it down as simple as possible. So real quick, if you're joining us today, we're talking about the things that we talk about every single morning. Obviously, what happens after a crash, right? So crash reporting. So we talked about 10 things this morning while we sat here. Number one, stay calm and stay put. Don't take something simple and make it criminal, because whether you're at fault or not, if you leave that scene, you're going to have criminal charges filed against you. Check for injuries, not only for you, but after you staying calm, you're looking for yourself. You're feeling, are you okay? Passengers in your vehicle, other people around your vehicle. If you can move your vehicle to a safe space after you've determined that the scene is pretty secure. If you can't and you're getting out and you're moving yourself to safety, what's the outside of the vehicle look like? What's the roadway? Are you in live travel lanes? Turn your hazard lights on, notify law enforcement, exchange that information, whether you're doing it privately with each other or via a liaison, like I said, and a law enforcement representative. Document everything. I'm talking pictures, angles, a video. You're documenting their information too, just so you have it. You lose a piece of paper trying to write that stuff down. Try to stay calm out there. Don't admit fault or don't get angry at somebody because you think it's their fault. That's not the time for that. Get the crash report, and then, of course, notify your insurance company. Crashes occur here every day in Central Florida. It's rather excessive, actually. And when it gets going, our troopers do get backed up. This crash was sitting here probably 2 hours before I got out here. And now the trooper's out here is going to work this crash report and then move on out basically move on to the next one, which is pretty crazy. So guys, try to stay safe, try to stay focused. These crashes are preventable, but if you know what you're doing on a scene and something like this happens, as long as you have that kind of set template in your mind, you really could succeed pretty well. And I mean that. You think about it, whether it's a minor crash or something major, if you have that kind of list in your head, then you're always kind of aware. You won't panic, you won't get upset. And some of these crashes really don't need a mass response. What do I mean by that? When drivers exchange information independently, then sometimes it's worth it to the independent drivers. But that's all something for you to figure out privately. So for now, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk about more crashes tomorrow morning. Hope you don't get in one. Please don't get in one. Don't be the cause of one. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.